The governor ended weeks of speculation by putting school districts in charge of reopening, but forcing them to stay within strict boundaries set by the state. Let's go to Theo Keith live at the Capitol. And Theo, what's the strategy?
Well, if you were watching at home and you were hoping for a final answer today, you would have been disappointed because you didn't get one. Today we heard few concrete answers and more that this would be up to individual school districts sometime in August to make their decisions based on health data in their communities. Essentially, it's this: if there's little virus in your community, your school district will be allowed to open up to in-person classes. If there's an outbreak, school will have to shut down. Students will be learning online. Parents, students, and teachers won't be getting a lot of heads up. Today we found that the state is only requiring districts to give 1 week's notice before the start of the school year as to which learning model they are going to use. The state's 336 public school districts are governed by these requirements. So are all the charter schools. Pre-K programs within a public school are also covered. But as for who's not covered, private schools, they are not governed by this. There's a complicated matrix to know whether your district can open or not. If the school year started today, and I want to stress this can obviously change in the next month, but 181 districts across the state could have all in-person classes. Some districts would only be able to have elementary school kids in class. 107 districts would have a hybrid of in-person and distance learning for all of their students, and 9 districts are in areas where the virus is bad enough that they would have to have all distance learning. Again, that's if the school year started today. The governor was asked if this is all really going to work.
We have to use the best data we have possible. We have to use that data and put it into a plan that works. We understand that if we can simplify and make it as easy as possible, there's people that would love to have just one statement. Yep, let's do this. Let's just go in. Or let's just stay out. We think that this is the best way to do it. Nothing that's done is cast in stone. I think it's important. Each of these folks said that. This is the start point for this conversation about education.
So I asked, if a district wants one thing and the health department says, no, the data doesn't support that, you should be doing something else, who rules? And I was told these are district level decisions, but that the health department and education regulators have the power to come in and order changes. We know that Minneapolis public schools have already said they're going to start the year with distance learning. We were also told today, somebody asked, does this, what we heard today, govern sports? We were told no, this does not specifically govern high school sports.
Still so many questions here, Theo. This is only going to work, though, if teachers come to work. So what are they saying?
Well, yeah, that's a key question. And today, the state teachers union said this announcement by the governor, who, by the way, is a former teacher, was at first blush going to work. But they acknowledge there's a lot of power for individual school districts. There's a tremendous amount of work for the districts to do. And teachers said they would not be bullied into starting the year if districts haven't yet made sure their school buildings are safe. We did find out that the governor has freed up $250,000 in federal funding. This money would go to school districts so that every student and teacher could wear a mask, could have a mask provided for them. Cleaning supplies would be paid for, extra operational costs, including busing. There's going to be a lot of additional costs for school buses. Here at the Capitol, reaction from Democrats was positive. They called it reasonable. As for Republicans, the reaction was more mixed. Some said this came way too late in the process, and others said they wanted more answers more quickly.
All right, Theo, thank you.